Hey guys, so in this video we are going to do the midpoint circle drawing algorithm. That is, we are going to understand that how using the midpoint algorithm we can generate a circle. So before moving on to the algorithm, let us first understand a concept. Suppose we have a circle, then a circle can be divided into 8 equal octants. That is, this is the first octant, this is the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth. So in order to find out the coordinates of the whole circle, we do need not find out the coordinates of each and every point. That is, what I mean to say is that we can simply find the coordinates for this first octant. And then using the coordinates of this octant, we can find out the coordinates of the corresponding octants. So this is the simple algorithm. That is, first you will only find out the coordinates for the first octant. So let us begin with the derivation or the algorithm, sorry. That is, first we will see step 1. In step 1, first of all, we will input the radius, that is r, and we will also input the circle center, which will be given by xc comma yc. Now xc comma yc is not 0 because in many questions you will see that the circle is given over here or in any other quadrant. Now suppose if the circle is given over here and then in its centers are xc comma yc, then you will consider the circle to be at the origin first. That is, whenever we are doing the derivation or a question or whenever we are writing the algorithm, we will consider our circle to be present at the origin. That is over here. And then for that we will be using the starting points as this point, that will be 0 comma r. That is our starting coordinates. Starting initial coordinates will be 0 comma r, or we can say x naught comma y naught. So for now we have considered the circle to be at the origin. Later on, when we are done with the algorithm, we will move this to the origin, to its original place. I will tell you how. It's a very simple step. And let us now move to the second step. Now in the second step, we calculate the value of the initial decision parameter, which is one of the most important steps. That is, here we will calculate the value of initial decision parameter, which is also given by P naught. The value of P naught will be 5 by 4 minus R, where R is the radius of the circle which is given to us. That is, this is a circle of radius R. Now, if the value of R is an integer, then we will take the formula as P naught is equal to 1 minus R. That is, we can remove the 5 by 4 and consider it as 1, and we can use it as 1 minus R whenever R is an integer. Now suppose now let us do the step 3. Now based on the value of the P naught or the decision parameter, initial decision parameter, we can have two cases. That is, the first case is P naught is less than 0. On doing so, you will get the value of pk plus 1 as pk plus 2xk plus 3, and the next coordinate of x will be xk plus 1 will be given as xk plus 1. Remember, this is in the subscript, and we are adding 1 to xk separately, and the value of the y coordinate or the value of the next y coordinate will remain same, that is yk, which was initially. So these are the three formulas which we have to remember whenever pk or p naught is less than 0, and the value of pk that will be used over here will be that of p naught. Now similarly, we have a second case, that is when the value of p naught is greater than or equal to 0. That is, in this case, we will get the value of pk plus 1 as pk plus 2xk minus 2yk plus 5, and value of xk plus 1 or the value of the next x coordinate will be given as xk plus 1. This is in the subscript, and we are adding 1 to xk. Now we will have the value of yk plus 1 as yk minus 1. That is, this is not in the subscript, we are subtracting 1 from yk, and that is the next y coordinate we have got as yk minus 1. So these are the three formulas which you have to remember whenever the value of p naught is greater than 0. These three formulas are important for whenever the P0 is greater than 0, and these three formulas are important whenever the value of P0 is less than 0. So these are the most important steps. Now we will come to the step 4. Now in step 4 we will determine the points of the circle of the other octants. Let me explain it to you. That is, till now what we have done is we have simply found out the coordinates of this first octant, that is octant 1. And now what we will do is we will use these coordinates and we will find out the value of the other octants, that is the other 7 octants. Now you will find out the value of the other 7 octants, and you need to only find this if it is stated in the question separately. If they haven't specified in the question that you have to find out the coordinates for other octants as well, then you need not find them. You can simply write the coordinates for octant 1. That is sufficient. But you should know how to find out the octant coordinates for other octants as well. Now let us come to step 5. Now step 5 is also an important part. I can say that it is one of the second most important part after step 3. After step 3, the most important step is step 5. Now in step 5, what we will do is, you must remember that initially we considered the circle to be present at the origin, even though it was given to us that the circle is present at a point xc, yc. So now what we will do is we will move these coordinates that we have found out to the original position. So now in order to do that, it is very simple. Suppose we have found out the coordinate as x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, and so on. That is, these are the coordinates for the first octant, that is over here, that is over this part. Now what we will do, in order to move it to the original position, we will simply add kc to each of the x coordinates and yc to each of the y coordinates. That is, x dash will be equal to x1 plus xc and y dash will be equal to y1 plus yc. That is, simply you will write the final answer as x1 plus xc comma y1 plus yc and x2 plus xc comma y1 y2 plus yc, and similarly x3 plus xc comma y3 plus yc. So this will be your final answer whenever the circle is given at a point xc comma yc. And if the origin, if the circle is already given at the origin, then you need not do this step because the value of xc and yc will be equal to 0. So, but remember that whenever a circle is given at this point, that is at a separate point, suppose xc and yc, then you will have to perform this, and then this will be your final answer. And using these coordinates, find out the value of the other coordinates of the other octants. Now let us move on. That is, let us move to the last step. That is step 6. Now step 6 is nothing but it will just tell us that what steps are to be repeated until when. That is, repeat the steps from 3 to 5 till x is greater than equal to y. Now this is the condition till when we have to perform our question. That is, let me explain it to you. Suppose this is the circle and this is our first octant, and we have to start finding the coordinates from this point, that is 0 comma r, and we will stop whenever the value of x comes out to be greater than or equal to y. This is the indication that we have moved on to the second octant, and we need not do that because we have found out the values of all the coordinates in the first octant. So this is the boundary condition which you have to follow, that whenever x is becomes greater than equal to y, we have to stop finding out the other coordinates. That means that we are done with our question. So guys, this is a small algorithm, and in the next video we will be discussing its algorithm, discussing its derivation, that how we will be driving the initial decision parameter, and that how we got these three formulas and how we got these three other formulas. So this is an important algorithm and it can be asked in the exams many times. And guys, if you are able to understand this video and the concepts given in it, just write wow in the comment section, and it would be great to know that you were able to understand it. And please do not forget to subscribe the channel, it helps me create more such videos. So guys, this is it for this video. See you in the next one.